So have you ever had one of those moments where you realize a tool has been sitting there the whole time, and then when you actually use it, you think, wait, why am I not using this more? This was me on AI Image Creator on Articulate 360 Storyline. And when I went back to it recently, I realized this is really, really good. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how it works, how to use it, some tips and tricks as well along the way. There's lots of different AI Image Creator tools out there, but this one is built in already Storyline. So why not make use of it? It's really, really good compared to a lot of others I've used out there. So let's get started. Before we continue though, if you have been with me a while, good to see you again. If you are new, my name is Charlotte. I love to talk about AI, e-learning and tech trends. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, do hit that subscribe button. So we're looking at a tool that could just save you so much time if you use it well. And yes, you know, AI image creation is fun. You can do some really cool things. But in e-learning, the goal isn't just to make something look pretty. The goal is to help learners understand the situation, connect with the content and stay engaged. So first I'll show you a basic workflow with Articulate 360, and then I'll show you a few ways to make your learning more meaningful for e-learning design. So shall we get started? You can start a new project or work on a project that you've already been working on. So you'll see on the top you've got home as normal as you do. Obviously you've got other AI features, but today we're focusing on the image feature because I was like, oh, I've seen this for a while, but actually I've not used it and it's really, really good. So for this scenario, let's just find a template in the content library so we have something to work from. Let's pick this one. So this could be like a major point or something like that. So here already the template's got an image for you, but obviously you want to tailor your course to the topic you're working on. So this is where insert image comes in. So when you click on the image, you'll see an option under format on the top, insert image. So when you click on insert image, you'll see a generate AI image pop-up appear. So you'll see a pop-up box appear for generate AI image. So you'll see on the left, you've got description, style, I'm going to go into in a bit. And you also have aspect ratio if you're depending on, if you're working on 16:9, for example, or for social media, etc. And remember, the better the prompt is, the better the image will be. We want to be as specific as we possibly can, and we can have AI help us out. Go into ChatGPT, can you give me an idea of how I can write a description of an image, or just simply, start typing away. So instead of saying something in the description such as airport, we want to try and be more specific. You could say something like a realistic airport check-in desk with a passenger asking for help. Airline staff member responding professionally, modern terminal with kind of background, natural lighting. And already that gives the tool much more to work with. It tells us what the subject is, what's happening, what's the environment we're in, and the kind of overall visual feel I want. Don't prompt like you're naming a topic, prompt like you're describing a scene. So next you have the styling option. So you'll see here when you go on the styling option, you've got abstract expressionism, minimal 3D animation. In this scenario, I want to do it custom. So I'm going to describe the image as much as I can, what the outcome is. I'm going to describe the style within the description. So hopefully it does the custom made one I want. So I'm going to click custom for this example. For the style section, you could want something more realistic, more illustrative, or more custom look, depending on the type of course you're building. So for something like workplace training or scenario-based learning, I probably lean more towards realistic. But if you're making something more simplified, more visual, or maybe softer explanation style course, you might want more of an illustrated style. And if there's a box underneath for custom style, then this is where you could guide the visual direction even more. It could be something like clean, flat illustration, modern corporate training style. In my case, realistic, photography, or soft educational illustration, for example. This part is really important if you want the course to feel consistent all the way through. Because one thing that can make a course look messy is when we have, different styles of photography, we have illustrations, and we go on to do professional photography. It kind of just isn't consistent throughout, Leave the latest image generator turned on, then choose the aspect ratio that fits best where the image is going to sit in the lesson. That's something I'd think about before generating, because if the image is going to be used as a header or scenario image, or maybe inside a block layout, the shape matters. So once you're all set, click generate image. Doesn't take too long. Here we are. This is the fun part, the result. So you've got 4 generated images. And then the first thing I say is, don't ask yourself, does this look good? Ask yourself, does this work for the learning experience, I'm building? Because those are not always the same thing. An image might look impressive, but still not be useful as an actual e-learning course. So if you like the result, you can then insert, into your slide or lesson. If you don't, you can refine the prompt again. And honestly, that's a normal part of the process. The first time you try, it might not be the image that you want. AI image generation usually works best when you treat it a bit like alliteration, not just one prompt, one result done, you keep going until you're happy with it, just like, you know, with AI when you're speaking to GPT, for example. So now let's have a look about how we can make it e-learning related. For example, you could use it for scenario-based e-learning. So in this case, if we are using an airport setting, then in this scenario, you could do customer service training, travel English or language learning, security awareness, workplace communication, assisting frustrated customers, accessibility or inclusion training. So instead of generating a random airport image as generation, you can generate a scene that supports real learning content. So for example, you could change your prompt to something like realistic airport check-in desk, a passenger is looking confused, the airline staff member is helping them calmly, professional travel environment, airport terminal training style image. You can keep going more and more into it, describing as much detail as you can. This instantly makes you feel, you know, within the situation, a real situation that could actually happen so that the learner can understand what is going on. And situations is what makes learning more practical. So when it comes to e-learning, a good way to remember this is asking yourself 3 questions, I would say. Does it help the learner picture the situation? Does the content feel more relevant? Does it support an activity or scenario? If the answer is yes, then great. If the answer is no, maybe it's more decorative and we need to look into it a little bit further. So when it does come to prompts, you can also think of things like the camera angle, whether you want a wide angle or a close up, whether people should be interacting, whether the atmosphere should feel calm, busy, professional. So you can play around with these as well. When you are kind of figuring out what should my prompt be, you can follow kind of those bullet points and hopefully it helps you kind of break down more. It could be how the emotion of the character is as well. And one last thing I think is really important with caution is, you know, don't just obviously use the AI image creator because it's there. If you feel that you're creating images and it's not working, then definitely go elsewhere because you do really want to have that learning experience, engaging and impactful. And if you're feeling like these images are not enough, then maybe you could go somewhere else. Or for example, finding original images if you really can't create something quite complex, for example. Obviously, review them like you're a designer, not just accept that AI made them, it's quick and it's done the job. I know that we're all in such a rush and AI really does speed the process up if we literally have no time, but you know, we do really want to have that designer aspect still there and not just AI's made them, I should use them, do you know what I mean? So what do you think? Have you used the AI image creator yet on Articulate 360? Have you used another one that's similar? How do they compare? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to know. And also from your experience, how are you doing with AI? Do you feel like we need to use it now because we're not going to get the job done? I definitely feel like right now we still need that human touch, but we can't do a lot of things without AI because of how short these deadlines are. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys did like this video, do give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. I've also got other Articulate 360 videos you can check out. For example, when you're starting from the beginning, not knowing where to start, I've got a great video you can check out for that. I'll pop right after this as well. Stay tuned, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.